You know, the economy is about to implode. I mean, that much is pretty sure.
We've heard of Bitcoin. We've heard of Ethereum. You familiar with XRP and the efforts of Ripple?
I didn't have any idea that Ripple was going to become the kind of thing that it has become here.
They understand that this is a once-in-a-generation opportunity.
Ripple and XRP are going to be the global standard.
A single global payment network that connects literally everyone.
It's here. This year. It's here. It is here already. Yeah, I see.
It's my belief, based off of all the fundamentals that I've been seeing the past few years, is that we are well positioned and a lot further ahead than most people realize.
300 plus customers.
Using ODL for me as a customer has been game changer.
On-demand liquidity is a feature offered within RippleNet that helps customers eliminate the need to pre-fund an account in the destination country where they're sending funds.
There's $27 trillion sitting in these bank-to-bank accounts. They're called Nostro accounts, Vostro accounts.
Right money!
We're near an inflection point.
This may be your last hurrah here to try to get it in on precious metals and cryptocurrencies.
The real crisis is a dollar crisis. All the money the Fed is printing isn't going to have value. It's not going to buy anything. Prices are going to skyrocket. And in fact, this coronavirus is accelerating that process.
We need to go to a global virtual currency.
Cash is trash.
Cryptocurrencies such as Ripple are vying for a spot in the cashless world.
How can I say this another way, people? I've been at this for years. Load up.
XRP. Going to the moon.
At the end of the day, when the music stops, if you're holding dollars or the equivalent, treasuries, muni bonds, corporate bonds, I don't care if your money is in the bank or under your mattress, you're getting wiped out.
Once this breaks out, we're going to hit 21, 26, 51, and then it's off to the fucking races forever, folks.
As far as the currency devaluations, I've been complaining about that for a long time. And I believe that we will all eventually, and probably very much sooner than a lot of people understand or think, we will be all at a level playing field.
And the liquidity in digital assets could be applied to actually make that much more democratized and a level playing field.
Do the new regulations favor traditional banks, maybe in the same way?
No, this is intended to be a level playing field, whether you're MoneyGram or you're a bank or you're an online or you're PayPal. This is intended to be a level playing field.
But the Secretary is right that at the core, the fundamental financial regulations around KYC or Know Your Customer or AML, anti-money laundering, there has to be a level playing field both for new entrants as well as legacy entrants. And I think that's really, that I think is a fair playing field for everyone to play within.
Level playing field.
A level playing field.
A level playing field.
IMF. Do you see IMF holding crypto assets in the future? I did not put that up there.
Remember, I'm from the legal department. I'm supposed to be very conservative about these things. I don't want to go into great details about
Maybe
the
I IMF. Should take what the IMF is going to do.
What's good, YouTube? This is RPU here, and I'm back again with another video. And guys, behind the scenes, there's an agenda being pushed. It's politically agnostic. It doesn't matter who gets in the White House, Republican or Democrat. The status quo of the New World Order continues to be advanced. According to Jim Rickards, this agenda involves a one world order, one world taxation, and a one world currency, XRP, which will ensure a level playing field. A common theme mentioned by bureaucrats from Donald Trump to Brad Garlinghouse. And when you see the same verbiage in Joe Biden's executive order on cryptocurrency, you have to realize that this is not a conspiracy theory. In fact, the Great Reset is the greatest conspiracy because it's happening in the open and yet no one will talk about it. These people will never come out and say it. Either we live in a simulation or these people speak in code. Either way, the XRP community has been right the whole time, and I'm going to show you the evidence in this summary of Joe Biden's executive order on ensuring responsible development of digital assets. Now, I'm going to highlight some of the parts that I thought were interesting, but I suggest that you read this yourself because this executive order, to me, is literally calling for XRP. Literally. Like, without saying its name. It's screaming for XRP. And I'm going to show you that. Alright, guys. So, the main part that I want to highlight is Section 4 of this executive order. Policies and actions related to United States central bank digital currencies. Guys, we may have a US CBDC by the end of the year. Now, to summarize, Joe Biden has placed a high priority on the research and development of a central bank digital currency. He says any future dollar payment system should be designed in a way that is consistent with U.S. priorities and democratic values, including privacy protections, and that ensures the global financial system has appropriate transparency, connectivity, platform, and architecture, interoperability. Ripple has been focused on interoperability this entire time, becoming the bridge to the new financial system. Now, Joe Biden says a U.S. CBDC has the potential to support efficient and low-cost transactions, particularly for cross-border funds transfers and payments, and to foster greater access to the financial system with fewer risks posed by private sector administered digital assets. Ripple has been focused on cross-border transfers and low-cost transactions. I mean, we've seen Santander say that using Ripple and XRP could save them $15 billion a year, reducing their transaction fees by 95%. Now, Joe Biden says a U.S. CBDC that is interoperable with CBDCs issued by other monetary authorities could facilitate faster and lower cost cross-border payments and potentially boost economic growth, support the continued centrality of the United States within the international financial system, and help to protect the unique role that the dollar plays in global finance. Now, Joe Biden is calling for a United States central bank digital currency that is interoperable with other CBDCs that are issued by other monetary authorities. Now, the Bank of England is a Ripple partner. The Digital Euro Association is a Ripple partner. If Joe Biden wants to become interoperable with other CBDCs issued by other monetary authorities, who is he most likely going to partner with? That's not financial advice. Now, I just want to talk about some of the orders that were given to federal agencies within this executive order, because we are coming up on a central bank digital currency faster than you think. Now, he says within 180 days of the date of this order, that's 6 months, the Secretary of the Treasury in consultation with representatives of the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the Federal Trade Commission, the Securities and Exchange Commission, the Commodities Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, and other federal regulatory agencies shall submit to the President a report on the following: the future of money and payment systems, including the conditions that drive broad adoption of digital assets, the extent to which technological innovation may influence these outcomes, and the implications for the United States financial system, the modernization of and changes to payment systems, economic growth, financial inclusion, and national security. This report shall be coordinated through the interagency process described in Section 3 of this order, based on the potential United States CBDC design options. This report shall include an analysis of the potential implications of a United States CBDC based on the possible design choices for national interests, including implications for economic growth and stability. The potential implications of a United States CBDC might have on financial inclusion. The potential relationship between a CBDC and private sector administered digital assets. The future of sovereign and privately produced money globally, and implications for our financial system and democracy. The extent to which foreign CBDCs could displace existing currencies. You hear that? The extent to which foreign CBDCs could displace existing currencies and alter the payment system in ways that could undermine United States financial centrality. So, digital currencies are eventually going to displace existing paper currency. The potential implications for national security and financial crime, including an analysis of illicit financing risks, sanctions risks, other law enforcement and national security interests, and implications for human rights, and an assessment of the effects that the growth of foreign CBDCs may have on United States interests generally. He also calls for the Federal Reserve to continue research and report on the extent to which CBDCs could improve the efficiency to reduce the cost of existing and future payment systems, to continue to assess the optimal form of a United States CBDC, and to develop a strategic plan for Federal Reserve and broader United States government action as appropriate that evaluates the necessary steps and requirements for the potential implementation and launch of a United States CBDC. The chairman of the Federal Reserve is also encouraged to evaluate the extent to which a United States CBDC, based on the potential design options, could enhance or impede the ability of monetary policy to function effectively as a critical macroeconomic stabilization tool. The Attorney General, in consultation with Janet Yellen and the Chairman of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, shall, within 6 months of the date of this order, provide to the President, through his assistants, an assessment of whether legislative changes, new laws to be passed, would be necessary to issue a United States CBDC should it be deemed appropriate and in the national interest, and within 7 months of this order, provide to the President through his assistants a corresponding legislative proposal based on consideration of the report submitted by the Secretary of the Treasury, Janet Yellen, under Section 4B of this order and any materials developed by the Chairman of the Federal Reserve consistent with Section 4C of this order. So guys, they're going to be doing a report and an analysis on central bank digital currencies, and they're going to present this report to the president within 6 months of this order. This order was, enacted in February? So by August, the end of August, maybe the middle of September, we should have that that report. I wonder if we'll be able to get a copy of it online. But then, 1 month after that, 1 month after the report is submitted, they want Janet Yellen and these other agencies, if necessary, to submit legislation proposals, to submit a bill, something that could be introduced into the House and potentially passed as a law to effectively roll out central bank digital currencies in America. So, within the next 7 to 12 months, we may see a U.S. digital dollar central bank digital currency Fed coin. It's crazy. And Joe Biden said that the Fed coin will be able to coincide with other stable coins that are regulatory compliant. So you'll have the Fed coin, but you'll also have, you'll have Circle USDC as well. I'm interested to see how that's going to work, because who in their right mind would want to hold Fed coin? That's just my opinion though. I mean, you can hold Fed coin if you want to. Now, to summarize the rest of this executive order, the rise of Bitcoin is a systemic risk to national security. The U.S. must take strong steps to reduce the risks that digital assets pose to consumers, investors, and business protections, financial stability, and financial system integrity, combating and preventing crime and illicit finance, national security, financial inclusion, and equity, and climate change and pollution, a direct attack on Bitcoin. Now, the United States has an interest in continuing to be a global leader in this space and ensuring that digital asset technologies and digital payments ecosystems are developed, designed, and implemented in a responsible manner that includes privacy and security in their architecture, integrates features and controls that defend against illicit exploitation, and reduces negative climate impacts and environmental pollution as may result from some cryptocurrency mining. Another direct shot at Bitcoin. They're going to be introducing a task force to combat Bitcoin mining. And they're also going to be creating a task force to go after illicit finances. So if you're doing anything wrong on the blockchain, they're going to be coming after you. If you're using Bitcoin mixers or privacy coins, they're going to be trying to come after you. But as you can see, they want to develop blockchains that are designed in a responsible manner. Ripple has been working with the system the entire time, along with other ISO 20022 tokens that are carbon negative. Am I connecting the dots? Is it making sense? The United States must promote access to safe and affordable financial services. Many Americans are underbanked, and the costs of cross-border money transfers and payments are high. The United States has a strong interest in promoting responsible innovation that expands equitable access to financial services, particularly for those Americans underserved by the traditional banking system, including by making investments in domestic and cross-border funds transfers and payments cheaper, faster, and safer, and by promoting greater and more cost-effective access to financial products and services. Ripple has been talking about banking the unbanked this entire time. Ripple has been focused on cross-border payments this entire time. It's crazy. If you connect the dots, you can see that he's literally calling for XRP. It's crazy. This is not financial advice, though. This is just my thoughts on this executive order. Now, for the big reveal. He says, technology-driven financial innovation is frequently cross-border and therefore requires international cooperation among public authorities. So he's calling for international cooperation among governments. What does that sound like to you? To me, it sounds like the World Economic Forum. This cooperation is critical to maintaining high regulatory standards and a level playing field.
Level playing field.
And the liquidity in digital assets could be applied to actually make that much more democratized and a level playing field.
Do the new regulations favor traditional banks, maybe in the same way?
No, this is intended to be a level playing field. Whether you're MoneyGram or you're a bank or you're an online or you're PayPal, this is intended to be a level playing field.
But the Secretary is right that at the core, the fundamental financial regulations around KYC or Know Your Customer or AML, anti-money laundering, there has to be a level playing field both for new entrants as well as legacy entrants. And I think that's really, that I think is a fair playing field for everyone to play within.
Level playing field.
A level playing field.
A level playing field.
IMF. Do you see IMF holding crypto assets in the future? I did not put that up there.
Remember, I'm from the legal department. I'm supposed to be very conservative about these things. I don't want to go into great details about
Maybe I should take what the IMF is going to do.
Guys, you can't make this shit up. You literally can't make this up, bro. Like, and it amazes me how, like, this is the second executive order where a president has called for coordination among government agencies, including the SEC. This is the second time, right? And then if you go back and watch my Donald Trump video, The Great Reset, and Donald Trump, right? In his executive order 13772, he calls for coordination for rebuilding the digital financial system, and people and agencies and NGOs that have been listed to participate was Coinbase, Ripple, the World Economic Forum was listed. Like, bruh, like, do you not see what's happening here? Bank of America, Wells Fargo, PayPal, like, this is the level playing field is the Great Reset, and the Great Reset is XRP, man. It's not financial advice, but let me know what you think about all this. Read this executive order for yourself. Read the whole thing. Let me know what you think. Man. Guys, if we have a CBDC rolled out within the next 7 to 12 months on the XRP ledger, we're going to see an explosion of volume on the XRP ledger, man. That's not financial advice. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you think This is RPU, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Good day, fellow citizens. Allow me to first apologise for this interruption. I do, like many of you, appreciate the comforts of everyday routine. I enjoy it as much as any bloke, but I thought as a mark of globalisation for all, we'd have a little chat. There are, of course, those who don't want us to speak. I suspect even now there are orders being shouted into telephones, and they will be on their way. Why? Because words are the path to truth and will always retain their power. And the truth is, there is something missing in this world, isn't there? Extreme imbalance, instability, and inequality. Financially excluded people, and all the while they, on TV, are talking in code. They have the answer. I know they do. I've seen it. If you've seen nothing, if you've truly seen nothing, and you don't know globalization is a good thing, a necessary thing, then I don't know what to tell you. I'll have to show you. Dure.
There is a recurring temptation to feel that some spectacular and costly action could become the miraculous solution to all current difficulties. A huge increase in newer elements of our defenses, development of unrealistic programs to cure every ill in agriculture, a dramatic expansion in basic and applied research. These and many other possibilities, each possibly promising in itself, may be suggested as the only way to the road we wish to travel. But each proposal must be weighed in the light of a broader consideration, the need to maintain balance in and among national programs. Balance between the private and the public economy. Balance between the cost and hoped-for advantages. Balance between the clearly necessary and the comfortably desirable. Balance between our essential requirements as a nation and the duties imposed by the nation upon the individual. Balance between actions of the moment and the national welfare of the future. Good judgment seeks balance in progress. Lack of it eventually finds imbalance and frustration.
This documentation is from the Bank of Lithuania. But make no mistake, this happened globally. We've experienced a remarkable boom and bust economic cycle supercharged by credit. During the boom, investment vastly exceeded saving, resulting in large current account deficits. Current account deficits were mainly financed by hot capital inflows through the banking sector. Trade deficits were closely linked to excessive credit. Credit-fueled demand for housing and sluggish supply led to explosive house price development. Credit-driven domestic demand resulted in wage and price pressures, which in turn lowered real rates, and who wouldn't borrow at such rates? We learned bad judgment leads to imbalances, financial imbalances and risks, which led to a financial crisis. We were warned of bad judgment, warned of imbalance, warned over 50 years ago by Eisenhower of with the military-industrial complex and the imbalances it would lead to. Imbalance of power that allowed certain institutions and corporations to gain too much power and control. More imbalance, corruption, greed, and bad judgment then took over. The rest is almost history, and yet the imbalances we were warned of are still there for all to see, if you just open your eyes to the facts and look in the right places. There's a shift happening, a redistribution, a shift so big it's unprecedented, a huge reform in monetary policies, financial inclusion, the birth of the Internet of Value, plus more, and it all started with a ripple. You see, the system wasn't just corrupt, it wasn't just imbalanced and unfair, it was old and outdated. Few people saw a way out, luckily a few did. They created a way to not only fix our current financial system, making it fair for all, they created an interledger capable of interoperability, so RTGS systems of different countries can interoperate with one another. A system that is fair, a system on a level playing field. But the shift to this system, started by a ripple, comes at a cost. A redistribution of wealth like the world has never seen. A reset of structure, a reset of policies, a reset to a level playing field.
Financial crisis that's weighing on confidence and growth. Globalization is associated with low wages, with insecure jobs, with stateless corporations, and striking inequalities. When the financial crisis hit, the world's largest banks were shown to be operating in a heads-I-win, tails-you-lose bubble. There was widespread rigging of some core financial markets exposed, and masters of the universe became minions. Many citizens in advanced economies are losing trust in the system.
Fundamentally unbalanced and unfair. Capital versus liquidity.
The balance.
Capital versus liquidity.
Trade imbalances.
We haven't been playing on a level playing field.
Markets need structure. Maintaining monetary and financial stability.
To make sure that there is level playing field.
Level playing field.
To address some of those deeper causes of weak growth and higher inequality, and to try to sketch out a few ideas about building a globalization that works for all. Because for societies of free trading and network countries, of which the UK is the best example, in order for those societies to prosper, they must first redistribute some of the gains from trade and technology, and then reskill and reconnect all of their citizens. And by doing that, they put individuals back in control.
And get us to an even and level playing field.
Level playing field. Level playing field.
I think that the clouds on the horizon are becoming darker and are probably getting closer. We need to make sure that there is level playing field.
Level playing field.
Well, what the president is doing is he's trying to level the playing field and get us to an even and level playing field.
Level playing field.
All we're looking for is a equal level playing field with an equal level playing field in trade partners across the world.
Level playing field.
To make sure that we level the playing field, as you mentioned, level the playing field on a level playing field with the rest of the countries that we're dealing with. They see a level playing field, capital versus liquidity.
Create a level playing field.
Eliminating transaction costs associated with using and switching between currencies.
Level playing field.
Reducing uncertainty about currency movements and giving businesses access to deeper, more liquid financial markets.
Because that's the only way it's fair.
You know, final reset is the structural reforms that we have been calling for, not just in the advanced economies, but also in the emerging market economies. A reset in the area of monetary policies. Reset, reset, reset.
This is incredible. We have a lot of stuff that we've talked about here, and I think I want to kind of wrap it right here for this one. But any final thoughts before we go?
I just want to encourage all the XRP holders to hold strong. Please get your XRP off of exchanges. This is a very valuable asset that you own. You need to lock it up in a cold wallet, either a Ledger Nano or Decent wallet. You need to get it in your own control. Get it off the exchanges now.
Well said. Linda P. Jones, be wealthy and smart. I like it. Thank you so much, Linda.
My pleasure, Brad.